Good morning, second graders. Today is Tuesday, May 12th, 2020. We are going to work on some of our writing pages today. We only have 3 pages that we'll be working on, and we are going to begin on page 625. Please get your student interactive out so you can follow along with me. Like I said, we're beginning on page 625. So our goal today is to talk a little bit about adverbs and talk about how they can convey time and place. An adverb can convey or tell about the time or place something happens. Authors edit their writing to make sure they have used adverbs correctly. So for example, let's take a look at this piece of writing where my mouse is hovering in this first box. I'm going to read it once, and then I'm going to reread it, adding in the words that we can see should be added in with these little arrows here. Okay, the play will begin. I can hardly wait. Let's go. So remember, we're talking about adverbs, and we're talking about adverbs that convey or tell about the time or the place, okay? So for example, when I say the play will begin, I might say when, you say soon. Soon is telling me the time that it will begin. Then I say, I can hardly wait, let's go. Well, what if I were to say, let's go where? Then I would add this word, let's go inside, and inside is telling me the place that something happens. So again, soon is telling me when, that's the time. Inside is telling me where, that's the place. All right, we need to edit these sentences and use adverbs that tell time and place. It says to write your adverbs above the lines. So I'm going to make this a little easier for you today. We're going to read this together once, then I'm going to read to you what I have written with my corrections, and then I'm going to go ahead and hold this up on the video screen. You can pause the video. You can edit the sentences the exact same way that I've edited them, or you can edit them in your own way, okay? All right, let's go ahead and read this paragraph. I wake up on school days. I get dressed and I eat my breakfast. I check that all my books are in my backpack. I go and walk to the bus stop. I'm the first one. Okay, so I need adverbs that tell me more about when this is taking place and where this is taking place. So if I were to read you what I wrote, I'm going to emphasize some of the words that I've added in. I always wake up early on school days. I get dressed and then I eat my breakfast. Next, I check that all my books are in my backpack. Then I go outside and walk to the bus stop. Often, I'm the first one there. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen and hold this up for you. Make sure that you can see all of it. Like I said, you're welcome to pause the video and go ahead and make the same corrections that I've made, or you might have some different words that you would like to use, and that's absolutely okay, as long as you are using adverbs that tell the time or tell the place. So when and where. Okay, so that's it for this page. Let's get back to our student interactive. And I'm going to move on to the next page, page 326. So on this page, we're talking about revising drafts by adding words or deleting words. So sometimes we're missing information or missing detail, and other times we have words that are just unnecessary, words that we don't need. Go ahead and read this little blurb at the top of our worksheet. It says, authors revise their writing to improve it. Obviously, we want to make our writing better. That's why we always have a draft, and we do our editing and revising just like we were doing back when we were in the classroom together. Authors may add words, phrases, or sentences to give more information or make their writing more interesting. They may delete or take away words, phrases, or sentences that are not needed or do not make sense. Okay, let's go ahead. I'm going to read this paragraph to you once, just like I did before, and then I'm going to reread it with the corrections that have been made. On a trip to Hawaii, I saw a volcano. The day we visited the volcano, I wore my blue jacket. It was the best day of the trip. Okay, so first of all, you notice they've crossed out, I wore my blue jacket. That information is unnecessary. Doesn't really add anything to this paragraph. I'm going to read it to you the way that the corrections are showing it should be read. On an amazing trip to Hawaii, I saw a volcano spewing lava. The day we visited the volcano was the best day of the trip. All right, so that has more detail, and that unnecessary information had been taken away. So for my turn today, your job is to revise this draft in this box here, Add or delete words, phrases, or sentences to make it clearer and more interesting. So again, I'm going to read it to you once, read what I think you should do, and then I'll hold this paper up for you so you can follow along with my corrections or revise it in your own way. It's your choice. All right, let's get reading. The new park is nice. It has a playground with a climbing wall. There are bike trails too. I got a new bike for my birthday. All right, let's see what words we should add or delete or phrases that we should remove. I would like you to write, the new park is incredibly nice. It has a great playground with an awesome climbing wall. There are many bike trails too. Okay, so what you're going to notice is that I actually got rid of this entire last sentence. I removed it because it's not necessary. I'm focusing on the park. I'm not talking about my birthday. I know I mentioned a bike, but I'm kind of going off on a tangent, moving into another direction, talking about my birthday if I add that sentence in. And this paragraph is mainly about the park and how nice it is. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'll hold this up for you. Like I said, go ahead and pause the video if you need to and make the same corrections that I have made. I hope you guys can see it clear enough. All right, we have one more page that we'll be working on. It's the next page in our student interactive. Let's see if I can pull this up for you. All right, we're going to be moving on to page 627. And the last way that we can revise our draft that we'll be talking about today is by rearranging words. So sometimes we don't need to get rid of words. Sometimes we just need to move them around. Maybe you thought of a great idea and you wrote it at the end of your paragraph, but it makes more sense to be written in the beginning. That's fine too. Okay, let's go ahead and read. This page says, revise drafts by rearranging words. Authors may rearrange or change the order of words, phrases, or sentences to make their writing clearer or more interesting. For example, all right, so the first example reads like this. My mother told me to clean my room. It was after dinner. Instead of saying that my mom told me to clean my room, it was after dinner, I actually want to tell you when this is taking place first. So I might say, after dinner, my mother told me to clean my room. That just sounds a lot more fluid, it's smooth, it's easy to read, you know when it's taking place and you know what is happening. So for my turn, your job is to revise this draft, rearrange words, phrases, or sentences to make it clearer or more interesting. Okay, so let's go ahead and read it. It says, trees are covered with beautiful red, yellow, and orange leaves. It is great to be outdoors in autumn. The air is crisp and cool. All right, so there's one sentence, you guys, that I really think needs to be at the beginning of this paragraph. Do you have any idea which sentence it might be? If it were me, I would take this entire sentence. It is great to be outdoors in autumn. And it should be the very first sentence of this paragraph. That's what this paragraph is about. It is great to be outdoors in autumn. And then the author gives you reasons why. Trees are covered with beautiful yellow, red, and orange leaves. The air is crisp and cool. So you can go ahead and cross this sentence out and rewrite it at the top right here with a little arrow over here. Or what you could do is just circle this sentence and maybe draw an arrow pointing to the beginning of the paragraph. So this should be your first sentence. All right, you guys, that's it for today. You've completed your writing work. Tomorrow, I'm going to have another video for you. Tomorrow's work will still be from Unit 5, but it will be some of our phonics and spelling, and it'll be from Unit 5, Week 5. And then the video on Thursday will also be writing again, but from Unit 5, Week 5. So remember, yesterday's video and today is from Unit 5, Week 4. The rest of the videos that I'll be sending out for you for this week will be from Unit 5. Unit 5, Week 5, excuse me. So we're combining those 2 weeks. Like always, reach out to me if you need me. I hope you have a great day. Bye.